Hello, hello, YouTube world. This is Joy from Joy of the Garden and Home, welcoming you to episode 2 of the Winter Chat. I'm going to call it for now. We'll see how long that lasts. Micro at Micro Farmer 4 will be joining me in a short while after I go through some housekeeping stuff. Let's see. I hope everyone had a good week, had a productive weekend. We had Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I hope you were able to take advantage of some of those awesome deals. If there are actually deals, sometimes maybe they're just like prices jacked up and then they show you a little discount and you think you're getting a deal of some kind. But no, I first year that I've been able to do a lot of the kids shopping out of the way. I'm a last minute. For all these years, I've been a last minute shopper, and that's really stressful. And I finally learned my lesson. So I've been getting better every year. And this is the first year that I've gotten to take advantage of these Black Fridays and Cyber Monday sales. I was actually out just, before the deadline on Monday, getting into Amazon is where I do most of my shopping because I'm able to have Prime through connections, so I get the free shipping that way. Hi, Troll. Hi. Oh, Micro Farmer, I know you're here. Oh, yeah, it's frosty. Definitely frosty here, too. I'll get to that in a second. But, yeah, so I got all my kids' stuff, most of them. There's some other big kids that you give money to or something. No big deal, or gift cards. They don't do toys anymore. But, yeah, so there is one thing on my list. Well, there's a lot of things on my list for not just Christmas, but for, years to come. A big ticket item, greenhouse. We're working on that. It's a spring 2025 project. We'll see if we can get to it. Okay, hold on. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But what I wanted to say was I've been wanting to improve my seed starting system and get away from plastic. Now, wood is an option, but that's heavy and usually just works with, what do you call them? The ones that make the blocks, soil blockers. So that's how I've seen that work. And without a greenhouse, that's not going to work for me. Indoors, wood, wetness, no. Metal has always been my go-to, but I've never been able to find a supplier for a good price anyway. But recently I came across, it's called Garrett Wade. I'll type it up in the description later when I get the proper spelling, so you can find it there. But Garrett, and I put in my community posts a few posts back, they were having their sales too. So Garrett Wade is going to have a metal seed starting tray. I think it's just 24, so it's a 2x2. What is it, like 12 2x2 cups? It's a tray, but it's metal. That's all I care about. So that's not coming out for a few more days. It said 12/10, so 6 more days before it comes out, and hopefully I can get 1 or 2 and show it to you because I'm really excited about it. They also have a copper one, but that's super above my pay budget, so won't be getting that. All right, so that's one of the main like Christmas item that I'm getting for myself this season. All right, away from that, I did get some seeds not too long ago because there were also some sales going on for seeds recently. Let's go with MI Gardener because they're my big, I do a lot of seeds from MI Gardener, and mainly because it's $2 a package, free shipping over $19.99, and a fair number of seeds per packet. You can't always get that everywhere. Now, there are some things that you won't find at MI Gardener, so like me, I have to go somewhere else to find certain other seeds. But let me just go through real quick some of the seeds, and some are stuff I've done before and some are new. As much of a failure as rice has been, I'm going to keep trying, so more rice. I got zinnia, candy stripe, the bells of Ireland. This is new. This is a new eggplant. Aswad because it's nice and round. This is new for me, the Armenian yard-long cucumber. Corn because I ran out, so the ambrosia. This is new. Celery, giant Prague celery. This is also new variety of carrot, Black Nebula. I've had such a hard time with carrots, like most of us, so I'm just gonna keep trying. Now I got a variety of peppers in different heat degrees. So we've got Thai chili, habanero, and nope, what the heck? Oh, these are both habanero. Habanada, sorry. Habanada and habanero. So they had another one. Well, if I find it, I find it. I always run out of onions because I sew the whole package. So onions. This is new, the Mizuna. I've heard good things. We'll see. This is new, watermelon called Orange Glow. Orange Glow? No, Orange Glow. This is a new lettuce, Lola Rosa. This is definitely new. I'm leaning more into the purples, so Red Bull Brussels sprouts. This, I think I wanted this because it was a compact size, but the Mexican mint marigold, there was some reason I wanted this. I can't remember now. This is a new tomato for me. It's called Geranium Kiss. I think I got this because it was the smallest, the smallest variety they had or that I was interested in because I want to try this for indoors. Doubling down on my Swiss chard. And this is also new, Virginia peanut. We shall see about that. Now there was another, I wanted beets and my garden didn't have what I was looking for, but Baker Creek, our infamous Baker Creek, had the Chioggia, which is that beautiful color there. And then since I couldn't just get one seed, that would have been ridiculous, I got the cauliflower, Purple of Sicily, which I vowed I wouldn't grow cauliflower or these kinds of brassicas, but here we are. And, beets, another kind of beets, the golden beets. Because I've heard good things, but I haven't been successful in growing that either. And then they gave a free seed. Oh, and my gardener also gives free seeds. It's always been salad the last 4 years I've gotten it. Baker Creek gave a free carrots. So yay, more carrots. So that is the seed haul for the end of 2024. There might be more seeds in 2025 if I figured I forgot something or ran out of something or got bored. No. Next, what else did we have on the list? Oh, if you are hankering to grow stuff, it's not too early or too late if you're in the northern hemisphere. In the south, you're already growing. I only know of 2 challenges. I know they have a bunch in the UK and beyond, but for here, I only know about hashtag WIG 2024 and hashtag 2024 Grow Challenge. If you know of any more, feel free to write it in the comments and I will plug them in the description later on this day. What else we got going on? And then, so talking about the cold. I wasn't sure. I wanted to do one of the challenges, but then I didn't, and it's just now I haven't. So you can still join a lot of these until whenever the deadline is. So it's not like you won't win a prize maybe, but you're part of the community, and that's always good if you need that. So I might do it later if I'm feeling up to it, but for now I'm holding off and just doing my own thing in my own time. I do need to grow more lettuce, and some of those peppers. I want to start them indoors a lot earlier and see if I can get a lot more harvest out of them in the summer versus taking the whole summer and getting the harvest at the end of August, September. So we'll see about that. Speaking of outdoors, yeah, it's been cold here. It's super cold. We haven't, for the last week and a half since Thanksgiving, it hasn't gone above 40 degrees highs, and the lows have been in the low 20s. So I Googled that as 5 degrees, less than 5 degrees Celsius, and about -3 Celsius on the cold side. And yeah, the ground is finally frozen. But it looks like next week and who knows? Well, we're gonna start getting back into the 40-degree mark, and I can go back outside because the 30s not my comfort. Well, neither is the 40s, but the 40s I can survive in a little bit more than I can in the 30s. Um, there's some things that need to be cleaned up. Since the freeze, majority of things have definitely frozen. A lot of tall things. The chia fell down when we had a bit of snow earlier on, so those are all lying all over the ground. Just and a bunch of just debris that could be used. Oh, the dog. That's why, because the dog has finally figured out my raised beds because they're not that high up off the ground because I dug them in a little bit. They're just like a foot off the ground, bunch of them. So the dog has been getting into them. So I need to fence that in. And that's a major project I want to do because I don't want to keep encouraging her that she can use that area too. And she may be looking for rodents, which is great, but also not great. So I just ordered a bunch of T-posts the other day. They'll be coming in, and I have to corral some more garden spaces for her to stay away from. She already like tore up my crinoline or tool that I was using in one of my other beds to keep rodents out of it. She there was already like a tiny hole there, and then it snowed and made the hole bigger, and then she was just like whoosh and just like tore through there and was digging through around. So she has become a menace that I knew but didn't realize until now. All right, I think I'm done with my rant for this first part of the series. Um, I've also been doing a little winter cleaning before the kids' new toys arrive. So I'm trying to get rid of some older toys, broken toys, just junk toys, so much of it. But yeah, and it's something I do, twice, maybe a year. And today, for some reason, I decided to start up on it, but I will stop doing that. So I'm gonna see if Micro Farmer wants to come up. Let's see if I know how to do this. I'm trying to. There we go. I posted the link in the comments. If that works for you, Micro, please come on up and share your week with us. All right, so while we're waiting to see if that works out, if anybody else has anything to share in the comments, let me please share. Right, so I was talking about winter cleaning. Yeah, so usually people have spring cleaning and then they like have their yard sales or something in the summer or towards the end of the summer. I just have them randomly when the urge comes, and I've just been overwhelmed recently with all the toys here. All right, let me add Micro to the
Here I go.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm gonna just put y'all up on this thing for a second while I'm driving.
All right, where are you
I
going?
heard you rant about the Black Friday sales. They're all scams.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they all scams. There's nobody getting no real deals out there no more.
That's too bad.
Basically, if you feel it's a deal, it's a mental thing. I think really.
Yeah.
But they have Prime Day. They have all those other little days. So Black Friday is just, I don't know, it's just a thing to do.
Right.
Just like
right.
Christmas. But yeah, so like I said, we're cold just like you. We're not getting over the 38 marker. We barely, we might touch 40 degrees, but we not in the same zone, but we get the same type of weather, which has been like low 20s, like 23 degrees, 20 degrees at night.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I saw your video on all your droopy plants. That's me.
Yeah.
Also.
Now the collard greens that's on the back of the house, if you watch the video, it's the one that don't get a lot of sun when the sun comes up. So they feel they're having a little issues because the sun don't reach them until about maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
So they only get like 2 hours of sun.
It gets maybe 4 hours of sun, and then but they're gonna survive. But it looked like somebody, Mr. Rabbit or something, is chewing on it. I was showing a video like something was nibbling on it. It could be a squirrel, it could be anything because everything eats greens.
Yeah.
But but everything else looking good. I'm thinking about either harvest those those Carolina Reapers, or I'm gonna just leave them on that plant and just let it die back so I know I got seeds outside.
Oh, all right.
Instead of like taking them off and lose the seeds or not do it, I'd rather just leave the pods on there and just leave it outside and let it die. You know, it is what it is. Our ground got hard, so
Yeah, yeah.
it is what it is. The garden season's over for us, and we don't. I won't see the garden back until like May. I try. I'm gonna try to slow my starts up. I'm probably gonna start my starts in April. Give my
Yeah.
my starts 30 days of growth.
Okay.
I'm not trying to like run up the electric bill.
Yeah.
That's a lot of us indoor gardeners don't realize unless you got some type of other system. Um, that vegetable you're growing indoors is costing you more than you could have went to the supermarket.
Right, right.
So it's all about knowing where your food comes from. You're gonna hear people say, "Know where your food coming from." Yeah, you're right, but that tomato or plant you're growing indoors with them lights on, that tomato is a $5 tomato when you break it down from the electric bill.
Sure, yeah.
Unless you're on a generator or solar power or something, different.
Yeah.
A lot of people got to be careful with that. Like I know you want to talk about like garden stuff. Like a lot of things, the new guys, the new people, and some of the people who never thought of that. It's just like when you grow indoors, that sounds popular, right? Grow indoors. I grow all this indoors, but check your electric bill. Check your electric bill, and then divide your electric bill between your TVs, your computers, your refrigerator running all 24 hours a day. See how much that extra grow lights in your house is costing you monthly.
Mm.
And that's how you know how much your fruit going to cost you per growing fruit all winter long. You
Sure.
know, so I just advise people if you got the means to grow outdoors, grow your stuff outside so you can give yourself a rest. Can your tomatoes, I know you can't keep lettuce over. I mean, you just can't keep lettuce over. But I would think the only thing you could grow, like you said, grow lettuce.
Yeah, on
Indoors.
the windowsill even. Just a little
Yeah,
while. Yeah.
yeah.
Some stuff you
But
can go in the
but
window.
some big things like you're trying to grow like squash and heavy feeder plants, you're gonna need a
Right.
lot of light.
Yeah.
A lot of
And you
people don't
gotta
speak
feed them
about that.
too. They're not just gonna live underwater.
Yeah, so they're gonna require a lot of lighting. At least I would say at least 12 hours of lighting every day, unless you have what the things called glass rooms. What they call those things? Because a lot of
Aaron?
people in Connecticut has them. We gonna call it a sunroom. It's something like a sunroom, but it's not a sunroom. It's actually a grow room. Which
Okay.
is usually an afterthought on these homes in Connecticut where they make an addition out of glass,
Okay.
and it's like a greenhouse, but it's connected to the house.
Yeah.
What they call them? There's a
Atrium?
name for those things. There's a name for them.
Atrium?
Yeah, atrium. There you go.
Happy Mac gave that to us. Thank you,
Oh,
Happy
okay.
Mac.
Back to the atrium. A lot of people make an atrium connected to their home. That's an afterthought. Usually it's an afterthought.
All right.
So they usually put atriums where they don't even have to go outside in the wintertime. When they go in, it's usually either radiant heat or something. They either put like a 5 gallon water boiler, water heater. You get a
Oh,
five of
okay.
those short ones, the
Yeah.
ones that you actually put in um, the campers. The
Oh,
little
okay.
water heaters in the campers.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little small, like maybe I think they 20-gallon water heaters, and then they'll run the radiant heat the water like that, and have a solar panel. If it's electric, have a solar panel actually heat the
Yeah.
water, little water thing. So there's ways of getting around that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm thinking of something similar to that. Hopefully next year, if I get to it, like you said, if I get to it,
Yeah.
is running from my garage, what you call a tankless water heater, the smallest one I can get, or if I can find a used one on Facebook Marketplace,
Mm-hmm.
and run the tubing through the greenhouse floor, which I'm going to show that what I want to do is take some 4x8s by 16 feet and build a greenhouse, and put gravel and have
Ah.
the radiant heat on the
Yes.
floor of the gravel.
Ooh.
So when you
That
talk about
sounds good.
the greenhouse, you know, see, everything is costing money. A lot of people don't want to
Oh
spend
yeah.
money.
Of course.
So my thing is for people, if you're really into eating your own, growing your own, and eating your own, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money up front to benefit in the long run for 5 to 6 years. A lot of people don't want to do that. They go, oh my God, that's a $1,500 project. Yeah, but that $1,500 project is going to last you for the next 10 years if you keep it up right.
Right.
It's the long run. It's that short-term expense that a lot of people don't want. And you keep buying cheap material, you keep buying them cheap little metal things that rot out within, 3 years? Between, weather, they look cute, but they don't last that long. Even they don't last long. So,
especially now with the snow load we have and the temperature shifts. If you're like living in a temperate place, then yeah, sure. But when you have temperature shifts,
yeah, that stuff doesn't last for 3 years. You would see it look like a New Eastern car. Our cars, they rot out from the bottom. From the temperature changes. So you can always tell a Northeast car from a California or a Southern state because they don't get the stuff we get.
Exactly.
If you look under that carriage, you could tell that car comes from the Northeast because it's rotten, it's rust, it's all kind of stuff going on in that car. So that's how you pick cars, y'all. If you didn't know, a Northeast car, and then if you're down the South in Louisiana, Alabama, where the hurricanes come up, check the seats to see if the car was flooded, because your bolts inside your car should not be rusted. That means that car was underwater at one time. Those are little tips that had nothing to do with gardening, but yeah. So yeah. And for people that want to get chickens, same thing with chickens. Spend the money to build a predator-proof chicken coop. When you build a chicken coop, I don't care if you're a beginner or a person that's been around chickens for a long time, you got to think like a predator. You got to think like a snake. You got to think like a raccoon, a dog. And we do miss gaps because I had a terrible German Shepherd that Nikki gave me. And she broke into, she literally ripped off the fencing. And she killed all our female rabbits. So now I only got one male rabbit. And I did want to hang the dog up from a tree and gut it and feed it to the other dogs. I kid you not.
This was recent?
Yeah, it was recent, just about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, sorry.
And that's that mini that terrorized, and Nikki didn't want it. And somebody brung it back to Nikki, then Nikki offered me, and I was a stupid guy to go get it. And she's a good dog, but she's just mischievous,
Yeah.
And I was teed off, and so she don't get. Well, she's just lately getting snacks again. She was on punishment, so she wasn't getting no snacks, no extra goodies. You eat dog food. You want to act like a dog, you eat like a dog, dog. So yeah, that part. But everything else, gardening, I would tell anybody, our winter months, we got to figure stuff. If you're a YouTube creator that's in the Northeast, you got to come up with something to keep your channel going if you want to keep going. Or you can just take this time to rest and replant out your garden. Like for you, I would say take this time and look at your landscape and say, I want to move some stuff next year in spring. Get a pencil and paper like a child with a crayon and then you start rearranging your backyard garden. Because a lot of times when we get our properties, we just overwhelm and we start putting stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's very unorganized and it just look like chaotic. What you want to call it? Well, if I come to your property, it probably look like chaotic. But to you, it's organized chaotic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've seen people gardens on YouTube, and to them, it's their garden, so it's organized to them. It's chaotic. What do they call it? Chaotic gardening or organization. Everything's all over the place.
Right.
Garlic patch over there is a garlic patch over there. Is an onion patch over there. Is a sweet potato patch. Everything is just spread all over the property.
Right.
Nothing is in a companionship growing or nothing. It's just everything just sporadic all over the property.
But there's that gardening where it confuses the predators if you're moving stuff like with onions with everything or garlic here and there, the scent. I don't know. And the pollinators, you gotta have pollinators here and there and everywhere. So you gotta
But that's where you get that pencil and crayon. Every other row, you put pollinating flowers in between your garden beds. I mean, this is where people get big bucks to do those things. Like they plan out people's gardens, especially the rich people. They get a professional guy. He goes back. He goes back to his apartment. He goes back to his home office, and he designs a garden. And then where, like on the outside of the fence, I'm going to put like my pollinators, and every other row, I'm going to put a row of pollinating plants in between anything that needs to be pollinated by a plant. I mean, by insect or whatever.
Yeah.
So a lot of us don't do that. And I'm just learning that. I'm not no expert, y'all. Please don't think I'm an expert. It's just things that I realize you can always improve in your garden. It's always room for improvement. It's always thinking. It's just like when they do with these fruits out here. Baker Creek is one of my nemesis. I'm gonna just tell y'all off the back.
All right.
All right. So let me rant a little bit about these seed companies. All right.
All right. All right.
I mean, I know you say you grew up in the Philippines. Some people grew up in Jamaica that's watching. Some people grew up in Ireland and the UK, right? Where are
Hi,
these new
Red
fruit?
K.
Oh, hey, where all these new fruits and vegetables are coming from? Y'all talk about GMO and modifications, but if I went and asked Baker Creek, could they lie? Because Baker Creek know y'all not going to do your homework. Where did that yellow watermelon come from?
Right.
It's not a person. I'm from New York City, and we are a melting pot. And you get people like, we don't grow yellow watermelons in our country.
Right.
Where
Right.
did that watermelon come from? Are they adding colors and they messing around with stuff and then tell you to go buy that seed for $5? Because a lot of this stuff, when you ask where it originated, they go Africa. You ask African, they're like, we never seen that fruit before. But on the package say it's from the Middle East or it's from Africa somewhere or South America. And when you ask these people, you heard, they be like, no, I ain't never heard of that. And I'm talking about people that had dirt floors where they come from. Now they got concrete and plumbing, but where they came from was dirt floors. You know what I mean? So they were the poor where they came from. So I'm not talking about the well-to-do third country people. I'm talking about the ones that was in the hood, in the woods out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you go out to anywhere, like you say you say you're from the Philippines, right? Probably some of the poorest areas in the Philippines. You will not see some of this fruit that Baker
Oh,
Creek
yeah.
is saying from the Philippines. You'd be like, we never saw that fruit in our marketplace.
Right.
But Baker Creek tell you it's from Philippines. Like where? That's the part,
Right.
and
Right.
I be telling people, be careful when you're talking on YouTube. Like you're taking Baker Creek like it's the word of God, not just think they
Oh,
just BSing because they need the newest thing. They got to make the newest plant because you hear everybody's victim of that. Oh, I
yeah.
want to grow that. I want to grow this, and I want to grow this tree, and everybody like that tree don't grow naturally. But they'll tell you it's coming from some country, and then you ask somebody from that country, like, you saw that fruit in your fruit marketplace? Nope, they never saw it. It's just like
Yeah.
tilapia. It's just like that fish tilapia, right? That is a fish that certain people, y'all know what I'm talking about. Certain people love that fish, that frankenfish, right? I'm 57 years old. I grew up in the PJs. I grew up around poor people, and the only poor people ate back in the days was a porgy, crappies, sunnies, bluegills, catfish. Where this tilapia fish came from in the poor neighborhoods now? I'm just saying. I never even heard of tilapia about 20 years ago. I heard about a tilapia.
Pretty
Is
sure
that
we
fish
had that in
really
the
real?
Philippines, but I'm not sure now. I'll have to
Huh?
check on that.
No, I'm just saying because it became the poor man's fish. It became the poor man. Whitings were the poor man's fish. Whitings and catfish were the poor man's fish.
Right. Right.
I ain't never heard of this poor man's fish called tilapia.
Mm-hmm.
Even people say, "Oh, I love me some tilapia." I'm like, y'all ate catfish and panfish and crappies. I'm 57. I'm not that new breeder person that probably just ate bologna sandwiches. I don't know. Some people act like they had stuff and they didn't. They really eat mayonnaise sandwiches. I don't know.
Yeah.
But tilapia, I never even heard the fish tilapia.
Well, it's also
Never.
like the whole fish, like fresh farm fishing or growing it in your own like yard kind of fishing farms.
Yeah.
That's relatively new too. People used
Yeah.
to go to the ocean to get fish. Now they're growing it in their big pools. So there is that whole business
Yeah,
selling those fish.
crossbreeding fish and then tell you it's something from Africa. And they love to always say it's from somewhere else that you're not going to do your research. I'm just saying, where tilapia come from? Because I never seen tilapia in none of the American waters. It might be in the American waters now because somebody let them loose. But
Right, that could be too. Like aquariums, people with like fish tanks, they always letting fish go, and then all of a sudden you got some weird fish in your system.
yeah, or they cross pollinating like plants. I don't know.
Crossbreeding. Yep.
And then there's a whole new species of fish, and like what because
Hey,
like
if
I
it's
said,
tasty, then it's
no,
perfect.
I refuse to. I'm gonna die with cheese. I'm gonna die with McDonald's. That's the closest I'm going to go to synthetic food. McDonald's, KFC. Something that tastes like what it might be messed up and lab made or whatever.
Right.
I ate enough bologna sandwiches in my life that what I eat now ain't gonna kill me. I swear to God, it ain't. Because it's not. You don't ate enough processed food in your life as a child to where,
Yeah.
I don't even
And we
care
still
no
managed
more.
to live pretty long.
Yeah, like I made it to 57 and I ate enough McDonald's, KFC, processed meats in my life. And I'm telling y'all, potted meat, questionable meat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was just questionable meat that was put out there in your lunch cafeterias. Don't act like I'm the only kid in the school system that thought that meatloaf wasn't meatloaf.
Oh,
I think that meatloaf had more bread than meat in it. I don't know what was in it, but that meatloaf at
I had a
school.
lot of spam and those Vienna sausages in my life. I don't know what that stuff is.
Grind it up. You ate enough beef patties, the same thing. It just tastes good with spice in it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
So processing, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
but do grow your own, people, and know your grow zone. Take your time if your season's over. Take your time to revamp your garden, how you want to remove stuff. This is the time if you're new to fruit trees like I am. I'm fairly new to fruit trees. Learn how to prune them and when you should prune them and how you should prune them. Because you can over prune a tree and kill it. I mean, I don't know if I'm not a tree expert, but I realized I done killed a few trees in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I done over pruned something where it was over. It was like you just over prune something and it just stressed out the plant.
Right, right.
And that's the same thing with trees. If you cut too much off a tree, the tree's gonna go into shock and just say goodnight to you. So be careful on pruning trees. Everybody make it seem like it's easy. Just snip, 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 snip. And if you give it too much of a low haircut, tree's not gonna recover.
Sure, sure.
Um, I learned that by mistakes, trial and errors. Everything I do doesn't make it to YouTube, y'all.
Right.
So it does not make it to
That's
YouTube. Things
life,
I
right?
learned, like over fertilizing your soil. A lot of people do that mistake where they see these other YouTubers and people who are amending soil
Mhm.
and they using a hand and they throwing just a handful of this and a handful of that. And then you realize your soil is over fertilized. That's why you having bad results because it's too much fertilizer in the soil. Over fertilizing your plants can actually kill your plants also. So you just gotta go by the instructions on the bottle and shoot like you had the dice table at Las Vegas, really in the garden.
True.
I know I over fertilized some soil. So
It's
understand.
hard to do with like when you hear that homemade stuff, the organic stuff, it's hard to like, are we really over fertilizing? Unless you're like testing the soil all the time. It's like when it's
Yeah.
your own homemade stuff, you don't know how to use it. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Totally.
You throwing 2 cups of corn, 2 cups of bone meal and blood meal in your and it's already pre fertilized already in it.
Mhm.
And a lot of us is really you just like I don't know who I was talking to. You just need really microorganisms in there.
Mhm.
Get you some mycorrhizin and put it in the soil because basically that's what you need. Because most soil, even good compost, already have nutrients in it. You just need to feed the microbes in there. Like
Okay.
I think a lot of people using what brown sugar water.
Oh
They're
yeah, yeah,
using molasses syrup. They're using some type of baking soda.
yeah. Right. Or yeast. Is it yeast?
Yeah, something like certain things to
Yeah.
help the microbes that's in your soil to actually make your soil benefit the plant.
Mm-hmm.
So you putting all that other stuff like bone meal and blood meal and with that lime in it, you could be damaging the soil more than you helping the soil.
Right.
I learned that from mistakes. I can't speak for everybody else. Trust me, I don't speak for everybody. I just know what I messed up. You know, um, certain things. You're overthinking fertilization. A lot of us is overthinking fertilization.
Yeah.
So I've been blessed to have rabbits and chickens. So mostly my fertilizer is coming from the chickens and the rabbit, organic stuff that nature intended when the rabbits in the woods and the chickens are out running wild and turkeys and stuff like that. And they drop any poop all over the forest floor. That's natural.
Right. But when you concentrate it though, like sometimes you just put it all in a pile and then you spread that around and maybe you're getting too much nitrogen at that point, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get beautiful, lovely plants because nitrogen is
Right.
going to make it grow. But now you got too much nitrogen where you're not going to get the fruit. It's going to look awesome. I remember David Corey and these guys were laughing at me about the watermelon. I had the best
Right.
looking watermelon plants, but no watermelon no fruiting at all. So that
Right.
could happen from too much nitrogen,
Right.
in your soil, where they look beautiful and green. They look awesome. No fruit setting. That could be from too much nitrogen in your soil too.
Yeah.
Um, then you got to learn all seeds are not created equal like people, right? You
Yes.
get one seed and you say, I got the same step pack. That plant is struggling to put fruit, and this one is abundance.
Hmm.
So all seeds are not created equal. I don't care if you get it from Baker Creek, the 99-cent store, Home Depot, Lowe's, Dairy, whatever those company names are. Every seed is not equal.
Yeah. Even
I got some.
nature, like if a seed pod falls on the ground, not all those seeds are going to germinate. Some,
Yeah,
only a few are, because some of them are not strong enough, or they didn't even form. And
yeah,
when the seed company gets those seeds, they don't know which is which. So yeah.
yeah. Because it's just one of those things. Like I tell people, like I got some 10-cent packs of seeds. Did the $1.75 pack of seeds.
Hmm.
You go to the Dollar Tree at the time, they had like two for $5, or two for $1, 10 for $1, something like that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because them seeds make me mad too every year. Every year that company makes me mad. You go to Home Depot, they're what, for $1. Then you go to Dollar Tree, they're what, 10 cents or 20 cents a piece. It's the same company, but different prices on their seeds.
Right. Think it's
Like,
Fairy Morse.
yeah, that's it, Fairy Moss, right? I know I'm not the only one seeing that, right? You go one store, they 10 cents a pack or 20 cents a pack. Then you go to Home Depot, they four for $1 or something like
Yeah.
that. Like they just they prices are all over the place. It's all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kills me when I see some of these YouTubers out there. I'm not talking to the Pacific people. Please don't come after me, because if you come after me, I'm coming dead back at you. Where they looking for the Baker Creek catalog. Every year there's about good 15 new species of seeds they grow.
Yeah.
And I hear them and it irks the beanbags. I don't know, maybe I'm getting too old. It irks me when I hear that. I'm gonna get those seeds. I want to grow that. Oh my God. And I'm like, you easy to poison. You are us people, y'all know what I'm talking about. We are so easy to poison. Because all you gotta put a nice picture on the front of that seed pack and talk about it tastes like honey or it tastes like a peppermint, and we out there growing it. So don't worry about it. Anybody in the chat think I'm lying about that? Yo, you hear them every year. Oh, I'm growing that. I want to grow that one. I want to grow that. I want to grow that. Like, yo, y'all easy to poison and be the first one talking about GMOs
Right.
and processed foods. And I'm like, you got a bunch of seeds that don't even exist in the continent of North America or South America. They don't exist, that plant. But Baker Creek got a whole bunch of seeds to sell to all of y'all. I don't know. Maybe they changed your DNA through seeds. Think about it.
Oh no.
Y'all drinking bottled water, so they got to get you another way. The ones that's always y'all eat McDonald's and Popeye chicken, so we got to give it to you to see. We got to change your DNA through the seeds. Give you a purple plant, a red plant, a fruit star, a fruit that look like a star.
Oh, they've always had that.
A monk fruit don't make you smart. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what a monk fruit. What's that fruit called? Monk fruit.
I
Hey,
don't know.
it's a monk fruit, right? It's a monk fruit.
I never heard of it. It makes you smart.
No, I just say, they think monks are smart and close to the rituals and stuff.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but there's certain fruits and stuff like they play games with you, word playing with you.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, let's just think about it. The apple wasn't an apple like it is today. They had to do a lot of genetic mingling and hybridization and blah 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 to get the apples that we have today. And today we have like a jillion apples. We used to have like 2 apples in the past.
There you go.
Adam and Eve did not eat a red apple. That's for sure.
The apples used to be bitter. Apples used to be tart. I ain't gonna lie. Even apples, as children, they were tart. It was nothing you crunched like that, and it was sweet.
Yeah.
It didn't have that much sugar in those apples we ate as kids. You know that one that lady put at the school. I don't know what school you went to, but they used to always give you an apple or banana when you had school lunches. That's when school lunches was school lunches.
Oh yeah, they were tasteless. Yeah.
Yeah, they was tasteless apple. They was tart. They wasn't this sugary, sweet, soft like eating cotton candy. It was an apple. Was an apple. You damn sure got your fiber eating apple in the public school system of New York City. you was definitely going to the bathroom at 3:40. By the time you hit you hit your front door at 3:40 coming from school, you was hitting that bathroom. I'm just saying. That apple ran right through you. I'm just saying. I'm just
That's why nobody likes apples.
You know what I mean? Now apple give you diabetes now. You get one apple, you got diabetes. I don't know. It's so sweet.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Our food just changed, but I tell people, long as you healthy and you feel that you can do things, but when your health starts hindering you from being happy and being out enjoying your life, then you need to make some small changes. That's all I tell people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a big guy. I don't have no illnesses, and my doctor's worried about. I told her, I said, I know how I'm gonna go on about to the upper room. It's gonna be here today, gone tomorrow type thing for me. I never was sick. I don't have diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. I'm just a big dude. I'm just a big healthy dude, and she always worried like, you know, when you do, if it does, you're going straight down that hill with greasy draws. You know, you're gonna slide. You know, you ever see those people that they was healthy yesterday?
Right.
And one
Drop dead.
sickness.
Yep.
Yeah, they was eating chocolate and donuts and sugary drinks, and soon they got sick. They never recovered. They never recovered from that illness. I feel that's how I'm gonna go down. It's gonna be that one illness. It's gonna I'm gonna just keep on sliding. I might do good for 2 more. I'll be good like them other people. I'll do good for like 2 or 3 weeks and be back in the hospital.
Oh no.
I just feel like that's how my life is. I'm trying to change it, you know. So I'm trying to like change my diets and stuff and lay off the caffeine, laid off the drinking. I don't even drink no more, you know.
Good.
Not court order. I just stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta keep moving. That's the secret. Keep moving.
Yeah. You know what really, I think what really, my doctor, she's a young doctor. I mean, and she brought, I mean, I did think about it, but it really pushed me like all my accomplishments that I'm doing and I'm enjoying some of it. And she was like, how long you think you'll enjoy it by staying 300 pounds plus? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you really think about it, because my daughter's there 11 next month, right? They're the last of the Mohicans. And I'm thinking in 7 years, they be going to college somewhere, right?
Right.
Then it's your time to shine, and hopefully you get to enjoy that time to shine. And then you only got 7 years before your my last baby's on the planet. My wife's only 2 children, but my last 2 children, you know, we're gonna be empty nesters. And what are you gonna do after that? Are you gonna enjoy now that you have no more kids to, you know, to actually look after like after?
Right.
You know, your kids don't want to be with you no more. They're 18, 19, 20 years old. They ain't trying to hang out with mom and dad. Those kids the only kids that want to hang out with mom and dad at 20 and 22 is kids that's broke.
Yes.
Those are the only ones they still want dad and mom to give them a couple of dollars. You know what I mean? When your kid is doing well, you be begging your kid to come home for Christmas. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I ain't worried about my kids. If God let me live to be around, they ain't got to worry about coming home. I'm coming to their house to eat up all their stuff. I'm just going over there, just act a fool, slam the doors. For no fair reason. I'm gonna bite off the pie that I really didn't want. I ain't want I don't want no what they call them rutabaga pies. I'm just gonna eat that piece of pie and just leave it there. Mm-hmm. Drink a half a cup of soda and just leave it on the. just my revenge is to get my kids, you know.
You haven't even gone to the teen years yet. The best is yet to
come.
I've
been through the teen years. I got grown kids. I already got grown.
Oh, right.
You're I don't get invited to the house. They already know what I'm gonna do when I get there. I'm drinking up everything. Don't leave that hen dog bottle over there. I'm gonna drink all your liquor up, son. Don't like that's mommy's cookies. Oh, I'm eating every one of them mother skunkers. You know what I mean? So I don't get invited to my kids' houses.
No.
Yeah, my kids made it where I can't even pop up. They done moved away. You know what I'm saying? One is in Wichita, Kansas. The other one's in North Carolina. So I gotta make a whole plan to come visit them.
Right. Well, you got land everywhere, so you're okay.
No. They up for a rude awakening. I'm waiting till they set themselves up, you know, real setup. I'm gonna just pop up. You know, I'm gonna just pop up. They're like, you didn't even call. I was waiting outside till I got off work. I'm gonna be that car in their parking lot. I mean, their driveway.
Yeah.
Like, who's that? That's your dad. Yeah, y'all baby sisters are grown and gone to Yale College and wherever they were. Well, my kids are already, they'll be in 8. Ooh, sheesh. The older kids are being 8. Yeah, they be in their 40s. The other kids.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
some is already in the 40s. I mean, some is already in their 40s. But I got the 37, the 34, the 40, the 41-year-old, and I got the 230-year-olds. So another 7, 8 years, they all the bigger kids they be reaching their 40 marker. Yeah. He
Wow,
pumping
I
that
didn't
stuff.
realize you had such old kids.
Oh yeah, I started young. I'm from New York City. I'm from New York City. You start young in New York City. Your life expectancy ain't but 30.
Right.
New York City. Your life expectancy, you better have your kids at 16, 17. Shoot.
I know. Yeah.
Go ahead. You start playing. Shoot, you make it. I ain't gonna lie. You come through New York City. I said New York City, not New York State. New York City.
Right. Right.
You make it past that 30-year marker without a jail record. You accomplished something like you went to college. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'll be serious with that part. Where I come from, I don't know where everybody else come from, but I know where I come from. Man, you made it to 30 without actually interacting with a police officer or some type of court system. Yeah, you did great. Yeah, that part. But anyway, I ain't gonna lie. I retired at the age of 46.
Yeah,
I
that's
work for
awesome.
MTA. I work for MTA, New York Transit Authority. If nobody knows what MTA is, I probably Joy know what MTA is. So
Yeah.
it's the Metropolitan Transportation
Authority.
Authority. So yeah, I did 25 years there. It was 25, 55, but I did my 25. Then I retired when my youngest daughter's my second wife. Well, for my second wife, the daughters were born. So I retired. I hadn't time to retire, and I retired. So yeah, that's it. And then I have a few businesses with people that I grew up with. I'm like co-owners of certain things, and so that's how I've been living my life. But I wouldn't trade nothing. Nah, I'm lying. If they always say that thing. You're saying if you
Yeah.
could go back in time and change your mistakes, oh, I would. I'll go back. People are like, no, I want to keep, my life, because it made them who they are today. But me, nah, I'll go back. If I had a choice to go back, I would say around 18. Let's go 18. I already had kids already by that time, but I just go back 18 when I had just two.
Oh.
I changed a lot of decisions I made. I made some bad financial decisions,
Oh yeah.
bad relationship decisions. I mean, yeah, if I could change it back, I'd probably be up there with, I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably be up there with Facebook and them if I knew what I know now.
Hmm.
So that's the only thing I would probably say, hey, I got to go back knowing what I know now. If I go back just being dumb as I was, then I won't go back.
Right.
But what I know now, oh, yes, Lord. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, even in my adult years, it's one decision I made bad because growing up as a minority in New York City, when they came up with that Bitcoin thing, when it first popped off,
Hmm.
and people were like, yo, man, you need to get into that. And I was like, you want me to give you my real cash
Right.
for you to give me some digital stuff that I can't spend in those stores at the time? At the
Right.
time, it sounded like the ludicrous thing that ever in my world to tell you I'm gonna give you my American dollar and you're gonna give me something electronically that
Right.
none of the stores like Macy's and Caldors didn't take. I was like, wait, I'm gonna give you real money for you to give me something nobody buys. Nobody I can't buy it. I can't buy a burger from it.
Right.
So now that I know Bitcoins is a big thing, I go back at that point in time if I could. I would have put my whole pension plan in there.
Oh geez, I don't know about that.
I would have put my whole pension plan in it
Oh.
because it was ludicrous. I don't know. Was you around at that time
Oh
when
yeah.
Bitcoins first stepped off on a platform where
It wasn't that
people
long
tell
ago.
you send them $5,000 and they'll give you this what they call at the time it was called what cryptocurrency or
Crypto.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was called crypto and all that. I thought that was the most craziest thing in the world.
Sure.
And now, if I'd have went out there and took a pension loan and slapped 16 or 20 grand down on that, I would have been like, yeah, I probably own a side of a hospital or something.
But
You
it went
know.
through its cycle of dips, and you would have had a heart attack in one of those times.
No, my stocks did the same thing. And when I was a young guy that came on the MTA job, The old man told me that was a guy who these guys were into stocks and stuff, right?
Oh,
He
okay.
said,
Yeah.
just put your money there. Don't worry about it going up and down. Don't worry about it because you got a long time to retire.
All
And
right.
if you ain't lying, it went to dips and the dips and the doody doos. And I forgot about certain stuff. That's how I was able to retire early
Mm.
without worrying about what I was going to do, because I done put so much money that I forgot what I had.
Ah, okay.
I was one of them guys. I wasn't a penny pincher. I just had so much money taken out of my paycheck and so much. And when I did the stocks, I never wanted the dividend check. So what they did was just put more stocks.
Uh-huh.
So for the 25 years, it was going like this.
Yeah.
And when I was like, oh, like when that little situation that just last month, profit margins went up like Pelosi.
Yep. Sure did.
I made some money with that little situation happened last month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh yes, Lord. you know, now is that what is that a stalemate now? It's not really doing that now, but
Yeah.
when that situation happened last month, y'all, yeah, everybody was gaining some gains there. I was like, oh, nice. Shoot, gas is what 289 here.
No, it's
Uh,
less here. Last time I was outside. Oh, you're
uh,
Connecticut. You're a little bit
I'm
higher than New York.
yeah, we hired in New York, but I'm just saying, shit, 289,
That's
shoot.
still better than yeah.
Better than that 389 that was going
Exactly,
on around
exactly.
here. So, yeah, and I got my Stop and Shop bonus card, the gas card. That.
Right.
So it's 289. I got $1 off the gas. I'm like, yeah, $1.89. That's 1970 prices right there, y'all. Yeah.
That's right.
So made me want to go buy some wood. You know what I mean? Go buy me an extra couple of 2x4s and just put them in the backyard. For next year project. That's what Lowe's should do. Lowe's should come out. I know I'm going to speak this into existence, y'all. But watch it. Y'all,
Yeah,
you're going to get
definitely.
this exclusive on Joy's Garden channel right now. I'm waiting for Home Depot and Lowe's to give rewards. Like when you buy stuff, you can actually buy $5 or $20 to buy lumber. I can see them doing like a rewards card like the supermarkets where you spend so much money
Yeah.
and you can take $1 off, or you get free lumber, or you can get free cement bags or something like that, instead of just getting that 5% off because you signed up for a credit card. I just think
Hmm.
they should give you a reward. The more money you spend with them, they should actually give you a bonus, like a coupon to get something like Track Supply. Every now and then,
Right.
Track Supply give me a $10 off or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah,
You know,
Acme, Ace or something. Those other stores. Yeah, they do that.
yeah, they'll give you a coupon because you spend so much money with them
Right.
as a reward card, like a reward, like when you go to the supermarket, they actually got your little reward card and they scan it, it goes skee. So whatever you spend $1,000 this month or next 2 months, you spend. Well, let's say the realistic thing, $600 a month. New York prices. I mean Connecticut food prices. You're spending about $500 to $700 a month just on goods.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just be real with it. Now, if you spending less than that, y'all send a secret out. Bring me on y'all channel if y'all can save more than that a month on food bill.
Hmm.
Besides growing your own, but stocking up on certain things that you don't grow in your backyard. You know, and growing in your backyard saves you a lot of money on the fruits and stuff if you actually get a good harvest.
Right.
Yeah, so
And some of
that's
those specialty items, like certain herbs that are like a real big moneymaker for the supermarkets, those definitely you save money on.
yeah, that's another thing too. Like learn how to get free herbs from the supermarket.
All right, like pinch a little
Like
bit.
yeah, like learn how to go to the
Propagate.
supermarket when they get the fresh herbs, and then you take the herbs and you come and reroute them,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
that's how you can get some starts on those things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because what I try to do, which I want to do, is see how far. You ever seen that lettuce, that butter crunch lettuce
Hmm.
that has the root
Oh
ball?
yeah, it comes in the box or
It
the
comes in
bag.
a little box with a little water.
Yeah.
I always wanted to put that in some soil and see how far I can keep growing that. That should
Hmm.
be a
That
project.
should work.
That should be a project. That particular lettuce, and have everybody go to their little supermarket what they call it things? What's that? We don't have that here.
Lions
Everybody
food?
talk about what's it called? Lion Foods? Is it Lion Foods?
Lion foods, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
y'all.
seen one of those around here either.
Yeah, we don't have those things. Where everybody talk about go to Lion. I was like, what? Piggly Wiggly? I don't know. We ain't got that here.
Yeah.
was stopping shops and what is it? Stop
Maybe
and Shop.
Trader Joe's would have that.
Yeah, so I would like somebody to maybe start a hashtag actually taking one of those lettuce and see how far you can actually keep growing it.
Right, right.
Indoor grow, indoor. It has to be the one that actually has
The stalk.
that
Yeah.
piece of that root that's in a little bit of water at the bottom,
Right, right.
and actually, cut out each of lettuce or whatever gets out, and then take that piece and just put it in some real soil
Yeah.
and see how far it goes. Does it really regenerate itself?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to try that. I got one in my refrigerator today. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put my little video out there. I'm gonna put it in the grow tent in the house.
Why
Yeah,
not? Yeah.
yeah, and see if it will actually regenerate.
Yeah.
Cut it, and then just leave it in and see how big it gets again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you for that video. Appreciate you.
I tried it with bok choy like over the fall, but the
Yeah.
slugs got to it. It was outside, so the slugs got it real quick.
Oh,
But it started working. It was starting to shoot stuff out.
okay.
Yeah.
And the slugs got to it.
Yeah.
Now, somebody was telling me about the slugs. I'm not, I'm not too keen on a lot of internet stuff, but they were saying cinnamon water. Do you ever heard that cinnamon water?
Nope. I mean, it smells, but it doesn't taste like much. So I don't know what the slugs are. They smelling it? Like, what are they attracted
Well, I don't know. They were saying, cinnamon water. You put cinnamon water in a shake, shake it up, and you spray it or you put it around your plants. Anybody in the chat heard that? I don't know how many people's in the chat. I can't see the chat, but
Oh, so it's gonna confuse them?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I seen it. Somebody saying use cinnamon water. Is the cinnamon water? Have anybody heard of that? I mean, I would love for anybody to make a comment in the. If you're not here and you replay this over, we only got 4 minutes left, y'all. I know you said somebody comes on at 2:00 too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you try to get off. So it's 1:56 right now. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I'm coming out with I'm trying to come up with a channel. Well, it's already up. I think I put one little video. It used to be the 420 channel that I used to have.
Yeah.
So I changed the name to Your Opinion, and I'm hopefully to be doing that with Precious SoCal in California, where we're talking about life hacks, life situations. Because I really want to get away from gardening, because gardening is like boring to me at this point. It's like it's too much over information. For me, it's just like an overload right now. For me, it's just like it's only 5 ways you can grow a tomato, and 3 of them is wrong. You get what I'm saying? And 3 of them is wrong. You know what I mean? Because how many times are we going to tell people how to grow tomato every year, brassicas every year, broccoli every year, collard greens every year? Like, if you realize the garden community is losing focus, everybody's saying the same thing, and I'm like, how many? There's only 5 ways of growing a tomato. Trust or not, you don't believe me? When you get off this live, find out, and 3 of them is wrong.
Well, it's this whole, keeping yourself relevant on YouTube thing that's part of it too. So, you just got to keep pumping out these videos. So you're saying the same thing over and over every year. You got to play the game if you want to survive in this pathetic scape.
Yeah, that's a rant right there. That's a rant because y'all gonna make me fool around, get a start, and actually lead a start, and I'm gonna just crack some eggs for my chickens in a jar, and I'm gonna put a start inside the egg and see if it actually grows. You know what I mean? Like, you whip the eggs up, your chicken eggs, because we got chickens, so we can do that.
Right.
Go ahead, get you a mason jar, whip up some eggs, put a little bit of milk in it, and then actually sit the starter plant from Lowe's and see what it does. And it might work. You know what? I might do that shit too. I might do that too, Joey. Like, let's see, let's do some experimental indoors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
just put a couple of eggs, or get that with the other fake stuff, the fake eggs. What the substitute eggs?
Oh, okay.
The substitute
I don't
eggs.
need the fake stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, get the fake substitute eggs and actually put a substitute egg and put a start plant in there. I don't know what substitute eggs. What is a substitute egg? I never even read the ingredients on substitute eggs. But I'm assuming it might
just
grow.
Like egg whites or something. I don't know what substitute eggs are.
Yeah, let's see what it works. Yeah, that could be a good experiment, indoor experiment. Like, let Microfarmer do it. Let him waste his money, right? Let's see if it works. Like, I take, like egg whites, right? Whip up some egg whites, put a plant inside the egg whites with a little bit of water, some, rainwater, whatever. And then I take a real couple of eggs, whip a couple of real eggs up, put a plant in that egg mixture with some milk or some type of powdered milk or whatever. Put it in there, then whip an egg up, just the yolk alone,
Okay.
and just see if it works. That's the fun part of gardening. That's the fun thing of experimenting, you know.
Sure, sure. And
And
on
then,
that note, we're gonna go now.
yeah, we gotta go. But always experiment in your gardens, y'all. Joey, it's been a
That's right.
pleasure up here with you. And get your watch hours in, and hopefully you get some more subscribers, and we just have a good old time. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah, and watch out for the new show coming out with Precious SoCal. It's called Your Opinion.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So your opinion is just your opinion. There's no nonsense. Just bring your opinions over there, and nobody's gonna call you a dummy and call you crazy. It's your opinion.
What fun
It's
is
just
that?
your yeah. It's just your opinion, and we're not gonna be arguing about nothing. It's just your opinion, how you feel about stuff. Say your piece and step off.
All right. Very
All
good.
right.
I'll try to be there. All right. See you, everybody. Thank you, Ro. Thank you, Trolled, Robin, Happy Mac. If some of you go to Audrey's Real Food Comes Dirty, that's coming on next. See you next time.
Yep. Take care.
Bye bye.